Please play the slideshow and have your audio turned up. This PowerPoint has voiceover. This PowerPoint contains key adjustments to travel process during advisory. The advisory committee met and deliberated for several months on how to adjust advisory to make it more successful for students and teachers. This PowerPoint is going to share important details so that all Panthers can be successful with advisory. The purpose of advisory in Phoenix Union is to build connection with adults, promote health and wellness, address attendance and tardies, focus on non-academic skills, highlight grades and academic achievement, and student and staff engagement. How to travel. We will travel by appointment or signature in your agenda. When you receive a signature from a teacher, you must travel to that teacher during advisory on that date. Students must have their agenda to travel. If they do not have their agenda, they remain in their advisor's room. Students travel with their agenda in their hand as a pass in the hallways. If security stops you to ask where you are traveling, you will show them your agenda and what room number you are headed to. Students have 5 minutes to travel. Travel days are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. How to travel. All students will remain in their advisory class on travel days unless they have a signature in their planner from one of their classroom teachers. If you are in need of extra help, reteach, or concept recovery, you should ask your teacher to sign you out for a future advisory travel date. When a teacher signs you out, it is an agreement. You must attend that session. Teachers will sign students out during class for future advisory travel dates in the student's planner. Teachers may not sign a student out more than one travel date per week. How to travel. I want to get signed out for a class twice in 1 week. Is this possible? Signing out a student in advance. Please only sign the student out for 1 day a week when signing the student's planner the week before they will travel to you. Signing out the student the week of. If on Wednesday of the current week the student has no signatures for Thursday and/or Friday, you may then sign them out for an additional day, making their visits to you twice that week. Traveling. A frequently asked question from students is, when should you get a signature to travel? In advance. The best plan is to work ahead. Get signatures for Tuesday, Thursday, Friday travel days the week before the week you want to travel. If you feel you need extra help on a Wednesday and you have open dates Thursday and Friday, you can ask the teacher if they can sign you out the week of. However, they may be unable to on short notice, so planning ahead is best. You should not try to get a signature from a teacher you want to travel to the passing period before the advisory period you'd like to travel. Signatures. Teachers, when signing the agenda or planner, please sign legibly. You want to include your room number for clarity. What if I'm signed out to travel? First, report to your advisory as usual. Second, your teacher will take attendance in advisory and check every student's agenda to verify all travelers have signatures. Third, you will sign your teacher's advisory travel log with your name, the date, and your destination, including the teacher's name and room number. This is very important for record keeping. Fourth, when the travel bell rings, all logged travelers will travel with their agenda in their hand. Fifth, you will have 5 minutes to travel to your assigned location. 6. When you arrive to your destination, you will sign in to the teacher's logbook to show that you traveled to your assigned location. This is also important for record keeping. What if I'm not signed out to travel? Your advisory teacher will check your planner every day to check to see if you have a signature to travel. If you have not been signed out to a teacher's classroom, you will stay in your advisory class. While in your advisory class on a travel day, students should be prepared to complete your homework, work on a project or essay, tutor a classmate or friend, assist your advisory teacher, read, or reflect and plan ahead for upcoming assignments. Student expectations. While in your home advisory class, your teacher may be teaching a small group, so it is imperative that you are respectful and adhere to classroom expectations. Advisory is like any other class time, so inappropriate behavior will be dealt with the same way it is dealt with in any other class period. Some important things to note are that students should have workout, have headphones and phones zipped away in a bag, stay on task and remain quiet, only leave the classroom with a pass, and some important notes on bathroom. Bathroom trips are only permitted 10 minutes after the final travel bell has rang. So once students are done traveling, 10 minutes after that. And bathroom trips should not occur the last 10 minutes of advisory. A's and B's Travel Lounge. The cafeteria will be used as a lounge and study space for students who are excelling academically. We hope to use this space for special events, music, games, and more. Students working hard and earning great grades should be rewarded. How to. Panthers must get signed out the day of by their advisor once they verify A's and B's. If the student has a signature already on that day from a teacher, then they must travel to that teacher. Advisors may not sign students out ahead of time for the lounge in the event one of the student's teachers wants to see them. To enter into the cafeteria, students must again be able to prove A's and B's status using their phone, updated printout of their grades, etc. This is the end of the Student Advisory PowerPoint. More information for teachers and advisors beyond this point. Please see your strand leaders with any questions. Advisor tips. If you have many students traveling to you, let your advisory students know days ahead of time and ask them to get signed out so that you can host all students. You might also consider working with your PLC or your neighboring teachers to help host some of your advisory students who don't travel on a day that you're having a lot of students attend a travel date session. Realistically, most advisories average 25 students, so budget the additional number of desks you have to host students should no one travel, and then add to that the average number of students that travel from your room each day. How to manage your advisory on these days. Set clear expectations and enforce them for what advisory students should be doing on stay days when they don't have appointments. Work should be out. Students will often say they don't have any work. Great. You're going to reread something, you're going to plan in your planner, or you're going to look at an assignment you've already done, make it better, read a book, or maybe as an advisory teacher have a backup reflection sheet that a student can work on. A policy should be phones in backpack, and maybe you can work to regulate a headphones privilege based on on-task behavior during advisory or based on grades. Here's an advisory day-to-day checklist to help you get used to the new routine. First, every day take attendance during advisory. On Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, you want to do the following things. First, check all agendas. You might find that some students trickily don't want to attend a specific session they've actually been signed out for, so please get in the habit early of checking all agendas. Next, all travelers sign out in your travel log in your classroom, and all students traveling to you must sign in your travel log in your classroom. Finally, Mondays and Wednesdays, stay days, please conference and coach students on which classes they need to get signed out for based on their grades. What if one of my needy advisory kids hasn't been signed out for a class that they have a D or F in? Please conference with the student first and give the student a deadline to get a signature by. For example, on Wednesday, hey Clarissa, as we've talked about before, you need to get additional help in math. You have an F. Tomorrow during your math class, second hour, or whatever the deadline is you want to give the student, please ask your teacher after class to get signed out for a future advisory travel date. Then show me your signature during advisory tomorrow. Obviously, part of this is teaching students self-advocacy, and the other part is follow-through. So, if the student doesn't get a signature for a future date when you check on them during advisory, please email the content teacher and CC your strand later if they can support. You may use the following template. Hi, I conferenced with student on date and gave them the task to get signed out due to their C, D, or F. Has the student approached you? How can we work together to ensure the student is getting intervention support during advisory? I look forward to hearing from you, or give me a call at extension 42013.